we're going to try and do the 12 days of Christmas. So this is where every day I will have a demonstration of a Christmas door wreath, but all done completely different. For anyone that's a beginner here, I would say, or that hasn't seen these before, I would recommend you go off and get yourself a notebook and pen. In the meantime, anyone that is watching, we are across Facebook, Instagram and
YouTube.
Anyone that is watching, comment below, let me know where you're watching in from. And again, I would really appreciate a few little thumbs up, a few little likes, and maybe an odd little share. Again, on Facebook and Instagram, to boost the algorithm, we do depend on people to share our posts that we put up. So what do you need to make a door wreath? Well, first of all, you will need to get in touch with a company called O'Neill's Flowers in Carlingford, County Louth. And everything I'm going to mention now can all be bought online. So just because you're watching in from Liverpool or London or Northern Ireland or down south Kerry in Ireland, it doesn't matter where you are, they will actually get the stuff out to you the following day. If you order today, chances are you'll have it tomorrow, if not the following day. And anybody that's watching, they might actually tag them in the comments. So put the @ and then just write O'Neill's Flowers, and it should come up in blue, right? And that means that they're tagged. Otherwise, just go and Google them and you'll find them. So this is what we call a pre-made base. But different days, I'm going to show you different types of bases. And again, I'll show you how to moss bases, how to use straw for your bases, lots and lots of other, methods of making door wreaths, making them from scratch. But today is Monday, so we're keeping things very easy and very simple. So over the weekend, as you probably know, we had our annual Christmas wreath making workshop, and it was a huge success. And following on from that, the amount of questions and inquiries we had about, are you running another one? And unfortunately, we're not running another one. We only do that once a year. So you need to get booked in early for next year if you're interested in coming to it. It's always a great laugh, and as we say here in Ireland, it's great crack. So for anyone then that hasn't been to our workshop, you need to get in touch with O'Neill's and buy what we call a pre-made base. This is exactly what it'll be like. I mightn't have the price exact, but I'm nearly sure it's $8.75, okay? So you can buy that base.
I think it was $10.50.
Maybe it's $10.50. Again, haven't got the prices, okay? So go onto their site and have a look. So around 10 euros approximately for this base. Now there's nothing on it, you have to do it yourself. Now I know somebody messaged me there yesterday and she says, oh, I love the wreaths that you do, and you put the eucalyptus through them and you put the silver Sussex through them. So these bunches are also bought from O'Neill's. Now these got delivered to me the other day, and you can see there, they're wringing wet because they're out in the rain. So I just cut the ends, put them into a bucket of water, and I left them outside. And you can see they're actually soaking wet they are, but these are ideal for adding into our wreaths. Now you can mix them, but today I'm just going to put eucalyptus into my one today. And then tomorrow I'll put the silver Sussex in. That means you have to come back tomorrow to watch tomorrow's one. So you pick up your stem of eucalyptus and you just cut it and you make 2 pieces out of it. And the next branch I took up, like again, we'll cut that middle out, we'll cut this one out, and again, we'll leave that one there all together.
Okay, and I'm just saying Gillian is watching in from Scotland here today. We've loads of people watching in. We have somebody who's watching in from Philadelphia, and she says it's absolutely freezing. Rosemary is watching in from Wales. Geraldine's watching in from Leitrim. And who else have we got? And Geraldine has been tagging O'Neill's Flowers. And Claire is watching in from a miserable Suffolk, she said.
Well, it's miserable here. So you can see there the greenery is absolutely sopping wet. So I'm just randomly cutting the foliage, okay? I can't remember how many branches I've taken up already, but I count the number of pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a real bandy looking one, but it'll be grand. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And that's probably going to be loads. So out of that whole bunch there, you can see I still have enough to maybe do 2 more door wreaths. So if you join me, I'll get you to take that down. If you join me for the rest of the week, you're going to see me using up all the pieces. Now you don't even need wires for this. You just take up your base and going with the flow, the angle that the knobless spruce is, you just stick it in. You pick up your next one, and again it's a bit bandy looking, and you just go with the same flow as the knobless, and again you poke it. And as I was saying, sometimes like that one when I went and I poked it, it was loose. So I'm just finding a different spot. I want that when I poke it in, it's stuck in there, okay? So if it goes in too easy, it'll come out too easy, okay? So kind of find a place where you really have to force it in, okay? And poke around there until you find a little gap. As I said, if it goes in too easy, take it out and go in somewhere else. So I'm just spinning that around on the table. There's no real pattern, no real system, just stick it in and keep everything going in the same direction. That's important.
Tanya is watching in from New Jersey in the United States. Now we have Emma Rose in Westport is watching in. We have Christine in Baru up in Wicklow, and we have Floristic down in Waterford. And I know they're all running wreath workshops and people are looking for them, girls. So
because we're finished ours, girls. So Emma, put all the details in the comments there. Anybody in the Westport area, Emma is amazing. And our daughter Jessica is even twice as amazing as her. So she'll put the details in the comments there below. Contact her. And she listen, you could have a weekend in Westport.
You could have a weekend in Westport.
It's an amazing place it is to visit. And for any of the Americans, come over to Ireland, have a weekend in Westport. Jessica and Emma will give you a tour of Ireland. You'll have a great time. Clips them all, the whole lot. Oh. And what's the girl, Baruta girl? What's her name?
Christine.
Christine is
Wicklow.
in Wicklow. And again, she grows her own flowers. She probably grows her own Christmas trees as well. So again, Christina, stick all the details in the comments below there of your Christmas workshops. And again, if we've anybody else watching, even if you're in the UK,
and even if you're not a past student of Case Flower School,
we don't mind. We're all about collaboration, pushing everybody, encouraging everybody, and we're definitely not gatekeepers. So if we can help you, and as I said, our workshops are now. If I was still running my own workshop, I'd be advertising my own. But I'm finished. I am at this stage with our work, in-person workshops. So this is just a demonstration.
And Christine and Baru, she's booked up as well. So she's
booked up as well.
Yeah.
Emma, do you want all the Wicklow ones? Go on, for up it. I'd say Emma could do a bit of Airbnb.
I think she could easily, yeah.
Imagine the breakfast Jessica would make there, big Irish fry for them. Do you know that way? They'd be absolutely delighted. So again, put all your details, and anybody watching this on the replay later on, absolutely feel free to share any information that you have. And even if you're someone that sells pre-made bases, put them in there, absolutely. So there's my 15 pieces of eucalyptus into my pre-made base, and you see the difference that has made. Now I could mix the silver Sussex through it, but I am trying to get through as much as possible today. We don't want this going on for ages.
Emma is also fully booked up in Westport.
That is mad, isn't
Yeah.
it? Okay, well I know Anna May, Leah in Dublin, she's running one in Rathgar. Next weekend, I think. I don't know if she's watching at the moment. Somebody tag Anna May Flowers. And Flower Pop up in Kilmainham, she has a couple of them coming up. Siobhan down in Kerry, she has a couple of them. Leonie Blended Designs in Cavan, she has them coming up. Aoife Harvest Blooms by Aoife, she's over the north side of Dublin, she has a couple of them coming up. So again, just if they're watching on the replay, go on, tag your companies,
tag them in,
details. So these are orange slices, and again, you can buy them from O'Neill's Flowers. And what you need is 20 gauge wires. I have mine all standing in a Stanley cup, okay? Keeps them, keeps them all straight and stops them going rusty on me. So when you're buying the wires, make sure that you buy 20 gauge and you buy them either 10 or 12 inches in length. Any shorter, they're no good. And all you do is you get your 2 orange slices, overlap them slightly, stick the wire through and bend it over. The trick is that you have a long wire and a short wire, and the long one gets wrapped around the short one, and that's how easy it is. So again, you pick up 2 lemon slices, orange slices, overlap them, get your 20 gauge wire, stick it through one side, out through the other, bend it over, wrap the long wire around the short wire, and that's them wired. And I have a couple of them already in the oven. The next thing is the pine cones. So again, you get your pine cones. You can buy them also in O'Neill's Flowers, but some of you might have been on the ball and you've been collecting them in the Phoenix Park in Dublin, the Elfino as we say. And you get your wire, you hook it in through the petals of the pine cone as low down as you can, and you leave a little piece of wire sticking out. You hook the long piece of wire around the pine cone, hiding it in between the petals, and where your long wire meets your short wire, 2 twists, 1, 2, and stop. Some people keep twisting and twisting and twisting and twisting, and you'll have a bleeding finger, as in your finger will be bleeding.
Alison in Waterford says she has a couple of places left on hers for December the 6th in Shirley's Deli in Waterford. So if you're in Waterford,
put all the details there. So that's Alison.
Check her out.
Flirtastic. She's absolutely amazing. Her husband had a big birthday there last week, and they have their own private wine vineyard. I never knew you could grow grapes in Ireland, okay? And we've been promised, I'm just hinting now in case you forgot, in case he's listening, we've been promised a bottle of this Waterford wine. So it's not going to be...
I think that might be a bit of a Waterford Whispers.
It might be a bit of a Waterford Whispers. But you listen, watch this space. So I'm sure if you do a workshop with Alison, I'd say it'd be wine and cheese. With our crowd, they got mulled wine and mince pies.
They got mulled wine.
I'd say you'd be getting literally probably vintage wine down there in Waterford.
Absolutely. Paula from Philadelphia says her dream is to visit Ireland someday. I'd love to visit you as a Case Flower School.
Oh, thanks a million. Now listen, you won't be getting any Irish fry when you come here. You have to go down to Westport. Now these are rolls of ribbon that they also sell in O'Neill's Flowers. And these rolls, I think was 10, the other end has gone off with the price. I think it was €10 plus the VAT. And there's 10 metres on them, so there's absolutely loads. Now, it works out about €1 a bowl, but you don't want to be wasting it. And I often find this at the workshops, that people are inclined to, stretch out yards and yards of it, and then it's too long, and then you have to cut loads off it, and the piece they cut off is too short to do another bowl, so they end up wasting a lot of it. So to get good value, make your bow on the roll of ribbon that you get the exact measurement. Now I'm just unraveling a long piece so I can demonstrate this, right? So when you're doing the bow, I often say it's as if you wrapped it around your neck and you crossed it under your chin like a scarf, like a cold frosty morning here in Dublin. So that's the technique for making the bow. But when you're actually physically making it, you can't have it wrapped around your neck. So you're kind of pretending that you're wrapping it around your neck, okay? And you can decide how big your neck is. So the neck is going to be the size of the bow. So I think that one looks a bit small, so I'm just giving it a bit of an extension there, and you see the way I've made it a little bit bigger. And then I have that piece of ribbon as a tail on that side, and I'll roughly get the same amount on the opposite side. And I cut it. And then I know, and I need a good sharp scissors, so then I know that that is the measurement that I need, right? And you can see, I always call the length of my arm as a yard, so it's less than a yard. So I could be lucky enough that if I measure these out properly, I could get an extra bow out of the roll of ribbon, which ends up being good value. Now he has this other beautiful one as well. I demonstrated that the other day, okay? Now this one, I think this one was €14 a roll, and this one I think is either 10 or €11 a roll, because this one had a wire inside it, so it kind of keeps the loops real fluffy and perky, okay? Where this one, there's more like a seam at the side. There's a very, very light kind of, it's not even a wire, it's just a thread on it. So it's not going to be as perky, but it'll still be beautiful.
Gillian is saying that she has 5 ladies coming to her house on Saturday for flowery therapy and afternoon tea.
Brilliant.
It's a great idea.
Do you want 2 more? I fancy the afternoon tea. What do you think?
I need the therapy.
What kind of therapy do you give? I was laughing yesterday. We were slagging at the class yesterday, and I said Mrs. K was in rehab. And somebody came over to me and says, "What kind of rehab is she in?" I was going to say drink and drugs, but I didn't. She's not in rehab. It was only a joke. Now, when you're crossing it under your chin, okay? If you cross it on a really sharp angle like that there, right? That won't work. So the angle is important, and as all those women will tell you, the angle is important, okay? So you need to make sure that where the two of them cross over, one is going straight and one is going directly across it, like literally a cross section, okay? So when you have that cross right, and you have your collar right, when you bring the back of the bow into the front of the bow, that's how you get a perky loop, okay? If you don't do it that way, you'll have a floppy loop, and we don't want any floppy bows. So where I have them then crossed over, you see there between my fingers, the reason I have blue nail varnish, I thought I was wearing the blue last Friday, but when I went to put the dress on, it wouldn't fit me, so I had to change the dress, and I still have blue nail varnish. And I've done nothing for the dress, which it didn't make any difference. And I'm stuck with this for another 2.5 weeks, so it's due to be done again. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to squash in, pleat, gagger, scrunch, whatever word you want to use, describe it, scrunch it in there, you see, as tight as you can. And now I'm going back to the 20 gauge wires, and I'm wrapping the wire around the middle where I scrunched it in with my fingers. Again, I have a long piece of wire, a short piece of wire. The long one gets wrapped around the short one twice. Don't kill yourself. We don't want any blood on the ribbon. And then you can go back and you can fluff out the loops. But as I said, this one won't be as fluffy. It's fluffier than I thought it was going to be because there's no wire on the outside. But still, do you see the way them loops are up in the air like a bunny's ears, okay? If you didn't get the cross section right, where they crossed over, yours would be east and west instead of northeast and northwest. So that's something to watch out for. You know, people do wonder, how come my bows look real perky and yours look real floppy if you didn't get the angle right? So that's
and just to maybe, Jeanette, remind people, there's a couple of people asking about courses. We have the free Christmas course.
Absolutely. So for anyone that's watching there that'd like to learn how to make a Christmas table centre, a Christmas candle arrangement, okay? We have a free course. All you have to do in the comments there below, put the word Christmas, and it'll be sent out to you. You'll get a link sent out to you, or I'll respond to you later on. If you're on Instagram, it happens automatically. If they're on YouTube, it's in the bio, is it?
No, well, I'll go back and answer
We'll
them.
go back and we'll manually do it. And if you're on Facebook, sometimes it happens automatically, and sometimes we manually do it. So just put the word Christmas in the comments, and I'll send you the link to that free Christmas candle arrangement course. So there's our bow made, and again, that's the other one made, and we can decide then which one we want to use. Now, if you feel that you're a little bit lazy, O'Neill's have these bows, and they're like a ready-made bow, and you could use these every year. You could use my ones every year as well, by the way. And they're only, I think it was €1, wasn't it, for these bows?
Yeah, they were €1, yeah, they were.
I think they were €1. And I just showed where you could just stick a wire through it, and again, you could have your bow on your wreath, but even without anything else. So just bind the base, bind a bit of greenery, bind a bow, and these bows also come in red. The red one actually I think is nice. And again, there's no wire on this one, but you can put the wire on yourself. You can take your little handmade in Ireland organically, with the organic wine grown down in Waterford. And there you go. Do you see the way you can add a bow to it? But I personally think the fabric ones look nicer, okay? But you know what I mean? If you're feeling lazy and you have a load of bows to do, you can't go around there for €1. The other thing that's worth maybe investing in are what we call picks. These are what picks look like. And these are a bag of them. They don't sell these loose, okay? There's 25 of them in the bag. No, the other way around. There's 12 in the bag for €25. So they're around €2 each. And that's what they look like. So there's a nice little bit of red berry. You have your little robin and you have your pine cone. And there's a little bit of holly leaf with a bit of glitter and a little bit of spruce in there as well. It's artificial, but yes, I'm going to mix it in with the fresh material. And again, you don't have to use them, and you can use as many of them as you want. But again, if you bought a bag of them, you could actually make a few different wreaths out of them. The other thing I'm going to add in is a little red poinsettia. So this actually is like a velour-y flocked effect. But again, they have these in O'Neill's, but they also have them like in a little bush. I don't have it handy here. I had it there the other day. So watch back to the video I did. What was I wearing last week on the video? Oh, a red waistcoat.
Oh, yeah.
I had a red waistcoat on, I had. And I went through all the materials that they had in O'Neill's for sale. And you can buy the little poinsettia bush. It was very reasonably priced. And I think there was 5 flowers on it. So these are ones that I bought, and they're individual flowers. And I'm just pushing the little bit of leaf up on them. But you can pull the leaf off if you don't want it. So they're just an artificial poinsettia. And the other thing I have is little cinnamon sticks, okay? Now these, we wound these together ourselves, but I'm going to confess, Mrs. K did them herself when she was in rehab. We gave her like a ball of twine, and she just wrapped the twine around them, and then we just added the wire onto them. So I have little bunches of cinnamon sticks. But really with door wreaths, you can add anything at all that you want. I'm going to keep this one very simple, because as I said, it's Monday. So first of all, decide what bow you want. So I think I'll go for this one. I fancied that one there.
Yeah.
So all you do...
James wants to know, why is everybody saying Christmas in the comments?
So when you say Christmas, James, you get a free course, okay? So if you want a free course, how to make a Christmas candle arrangement, so you won't have to make dinner this year. All you have to do is put the word Christmas in the comments, and I'll send that out to you later on. And you missed us making the bow, because you must have been listening, James. Do you think you're back in school now and you can ignore the teacher? You have to listen, or you'll put you standing in the corner. So what you do is you get your wire, you decide where you want your bow. So I have a bit of a baldy patch up here. And so what I'm going to do is put the bow there, right? See where there's a little bit of a gap there. So I'm going to stick the wire through the spruce, prod it through, and you can see then at the back, I'm not sure if you can see it, but the wire is coming out here at the back. And what I'm doing at the back there is I'm making like a horseshoe bend and I'm hooking the wire back up into the frame, and that's what holds the bow in place. That's how easy that is. So then you decide, how do you want to decorate it? Now sometimes I just say, don't overthink it, keep it simple. But because I have 3 of these poinsettias, I'm going to put one of them down. So the bow is at 12 o'clock. So I'm going to put a little flower down here at 6 o'clock. Now I stuck the poinsettia through, I'm hooking the wire up and I'm sticking it back up into the frame. I'm going to put a bow at 3 o'clock. Now do you see what I'm doing? I'm twisting it around on the table. I'm bringing the wreath frame over the edge of the table. I'm prodding my wire down through it. I'm bending it up underneath without lifting it up to see what I'm doing. I'm just feeling my way through it, okay? So again, hooking that wire back up into the frame, prodding it in, and then I'm going to put one over at 9 o'clock. So 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and 6 o'clock for our 3 poinsettias, approximately, okay? And the bow being at 12 o'clock. So again, sticking the poinsettia through, hooking the wire underneath, it's a plastic wire, and sticking it back up into the frame. And you see the way you get your 3 little flowers then into the wreath. Now if you don't like them, you can leave them out. You don't have to put them in. I'm just kind of showing you a couple of different ways. So next of all, I have the pine cones. Now James probably missed this part because he wasn't listening, so you'll have to rewind the video. But I have showed you how to wire the pine cones. So again, I'm sticking the wire through the base and I'm hooking the wire up underneath. And then you're able to maneuver the pine cone and say, I want it to look that way, or I want it to look out, or I want it to look in. I'm spinning it on the table and I'm adding another pine cone in here. There's no particular pattern or system where to add them in. Now we had Linda to have a boss yesterday on our door wreath class, and when she went home, it was actually Saturday was, but yesterday she had a little video up, somebody might tag her there in the comments, and she had a picture of her door wreath on her door. And she found that when she put her decorations on, she kept them all in a perfect circle on the inside, where I'm inclined to bring some of my decorations to the inside of the circle, do you see like that? And sometimes I bring them to the outside of the circle. So I find that mine ends up being really chunky, where she kept hers all in the middle of the circle. You remember how lovely it was now, it was gorgeous the way she did it. But when she looked at it afterwards, now she's a bit of an analysis, isn't she? I think her career is this strategy something, like she does a lot of her technical work behind. But she was saying that looking at her own door wreath, she actually thought that it was herself personally that she has trust issues, and that she has her inner circle and she likes to keep among the circle. And I said, well, I must trust everybody, because I said I use every part of my door wreath, the outside to the inside, the middle part of it. So I obviously trust everybody, and Linda only trusts her immediate circle. I hope she trusts us. Come over and have a listen to our little story. So there you can see the cones, no particular pattern, no particular system. The next I have my orange slices, and again, similar. Sometimes I'm going to go towards the outside, so I'm just prodding the wire. I'm hitting the branch ever so often. The wire is through underneath, and I'm hooking the wire underneath then to hold that in place. And then I might get the next orange slice, and I might go towards the inside circle.
Laura wants to know, Jeanette, what are the most popular wreaths? Are they more the bling more popular, or the plain naturals?
I'd say it's 50-50.
Well, I think on Saturday it was 50-50, really, wasn't it?
So on Saturday when we had the students, so first of all, I'd say 20% of them done a pink one.
Yeah.
So 20% done a pink wreath, and the other 80% they done a red wreath. And then out of the red ones, I'd say probably half of them did natural, you know, that way, didn't put any bling into it. And the other half put the kitchen sink in. Some of them did, you know, that way. So it's just completely personal. But what I also find at Christmas is the person who you think doesn't like bling, doesn't like baubles, doesn't like glitter, doesn't like colours, doesn't like pink, whatever. They're the very one. They start off and they have a couple of lemon slices and cinnamon sticks and pine cones in front of them, and they say, I'm just going to go all natural. And next of all, you look over, and if you had a Barbie doll, the Barbie doll would be hanging out of it, the elf on the shelf, the whole lot. They have just went completely outside their comfort zone. And I always find that with Christmas. Do you remember Animal Valley?
Yeah,
Florina
Flowers, yeah.
And when she came to us first a long, long time ago, you'll actually find she couldn't even be listening here at the moment. Her ears will be burning, she'll tune in later on. And when she came to us first, she said, God, I don't like pink, you know that way. She said it wouldn't be a colour I would go for. I said, you know what? Next of all, she opened up her own business and she was Barbie. Pink was hanging out of her ears, you know that way. So again, she found that's where her customers liked. So even though she wasn't into pink, and like we were at a workshop last night, and again, people were, you know, again going around, we were actually judging a competition, and we were looking at their wreaths, and one of the girls, I said, God, you put very little into that, like it still was lovely. And she said, yeah, I'm just into kind of, you know, simple. And I said, yeah, but if you're ever selling door wreaths, remember, it's not you buying the door wreath, it's your customer buying it. So it's like me wearing this pink t-shirt today with Santi on. I think it looks gorgeous. But some of you are probably saying, oh Jesus, where's she going with her pink t-shirt with Santi on it? And you absolutely hate it. But I can't see you. I'm probably looking at your jumper that you're wearing and I'm saying, Jesus, I wouldn't be seen dead in that t-shirt. We all have completely different tastes. And the same when you're buying your door wreaths. Like if you are making them to sell, give people the option.
Sense and Flower says that she loved the Wicked one that we did last year. That'll be coming up again shortly. Anyone that didn't follow us last year.
Because Wicked 2 is out this year.
Yeah.
But also a couple of years ago we done the Frozen one. You remember when the Frozen movies were very popular and we done them all that beautiful blues with the silvers and they were so popular. Everybody that had a little girl wanted a Frozen wreath because the little girl, Mrs. K didn't do it, but I think I'll be putting her back into rehab. This one is a bit loose. So here I have my cinnamon sticks and again I'm just prodding the cinnamon stick down into the base, hooking the wire underneath. I can see that one falling out. And we come over here.
Catherine Berla has tuned in. She's watching there as well.
Catherine, have you running any Christmas workshops? There's loads looking for them, and everybody so far that I've called out is saying that they're booked up. So if you have got a Christmas workshop coming up, a wreath-making workshop, put all the details in the comments there below. And the last thing then that I have is my little robin pick. So I'm going to go down at the 6 o'clock. I'm going to stick it in. It's about 25 past 6. And I'm going to hook this through as well. And there I have my little robin pick with a little bit of red berry on it. There's a cone down there. There's an orange slice. There's a pine cone. There's a little poinsettia. And there's my little robin down the end. So there is a very, very simple, easy, very little brains or thought went into it. It's a Monday morning wreath, even though it's Monday afternoon. A very simple wreath for you to do. You can hook a ribbon around it to hang on your knobs or your knockers, whatever you want. Or you can go into Pennies or Dunnes or Mr. Price and you have the little hook that goes onto your door for actually hanging them, and you'll have that every year. But that would be a beautiful present to give to somebody, you know what I mean, whether it's somebody in your family or just hang on your own hall door. Now, for anybody that would like a Christmas candle arrangement class, put the word Christmas in the comments below. But also for anybody that's watching there that is a florist, okay? Like years ago when we trained to be a florist, which is what we do here at the school, we trained to do weddings and funerals and flower arrangements and bouquets of flowers. But now for anybody that's running their own business, they realise now that you need to also be an advertiser, a marketeer, a social media expert. Like you're not just the cleaner and the bottle washer. So we normally bring in experts outside to, you know, educate our students a little bit on social media and marketing and selling, etc. Now we're so lucky tonight at 7 o'clock. There's this famous man over in America, I haven't a clue what part of America, and he's called Tim Huckabee. I did a course with him 15 years ago. He's absolutely amazing, and I presume he's learned a little bit more in the 15 years since I've been with him. And he has offered to do a half-an-hour masterclass with us tonight, as in use. Now, it only interests people that are really running a business, but you're more than welcome to join in. So what I'll do is I'm going to put the link in the comments below. You need to go looking for it, okay? So I'll put the link in the comments below. You need to register for it. It's completely free. You don't have to pay for it. Starts at 7 o'clock. It's a Zoom class. You can have your cameras on or off. It doesn't make any difference. And if you have any questions, have your questions organised beforehand, because he's going to do a half-an-hour Q&A session after the class. Nothing to do with Holly wreaths, okay? That's a marketing class, but he only works with florists.
Mary Whelan wants to know, are you saving this video? She just ordered the wreaths, but she's just joined the video.
I'll tell you what to do, Mary. Click share.
Yeah.
If you share that, I presume you're on Facebook,
No, she's on Instagram.
Okay.
It will be saved. It
Yeah.
will be saved. It'll be saved on Instagram, and it will be also, it's over on YouTube as well, Mary. So if you can't find it here, because our Instagram is very busy, so it'll be gone down, but go over to Instagram, or go over to YouTube, and every day for the next 20 days, we're going to have different wreaths.
12 days of Christmas, but we can't count, so it's going to be 20 days of Christmas. And I'll be back on tomorrow. I don't know what time I'm going to be on at, maybe around the same time. And every day I'm going to do a completely different door wreath with you. So people will say to me, oh, I don't get the notifications, like your man James there, he was half asleep at the beginning, he joined late. And that's because you're not interacting with our pages, okay? So when you get a chance, when we're finished talking here, I want you to go onto the Kay's page or the Instagram page, and the first 5 or 6 post videos or photographs that we have will like. Well. Hi Jeanette, good morning, happy Monday, it's Lash and Rain and Mail. Say something, click something, give us a little heart or whatever, interact with the page. Instagram or Facebook will then see, oh, there's Mary in Limerick, she's actually interested in what happens at Kay's Flower School, and they will allow our videos to come up in your feed. But if you don't interact with us, they'll say, she that one in Mary in Limerick, she doesn't give a shite about Kay's Flower School, she's not a bit interested because she never does anything. It'd be like us walking down the street and I'm looking at you, Mary, and I'm smiling and you just walk past me with your head down. That's what it's like because you're not interacting with me, okay? So I need you to interact with our Facebook and our Instagram pages and our YouTube pages, and that way then you'll see all the videos that we're posting over the next 20 days.
Somebody else says that they love the flowery designs, beautiful wreath, eucalyptus is fab. What type are you using? That's the Glaucescent, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the Glaucescent. It's a really strong eucalyptus smell of it.
She missed the start.
And the bunches are available from, I showed the size of the bunch at the beginning. I use approximately a third of the bunch, I'd say. 15 pieces of eucalyptus I use. And tomorrow I'm going to use the Silver Sussex. And the next day I'll probably mix the eucalyptus and the Silver Sussex to show you it being a bit different.
Yeah, Sue over on Facebook says she loves everything about this wreath. Thank you.
Oh, thanks a million. So all I have to do is put a hanger on it and maybe hang it on my own.
It's actually going into the box because it's going to the Marie Keating, isn't it?
Absolutely. The Marie Keating was on to us and we were looking for a prize for the raffle. So these little boxes are also available from O'Neill's. So again, all you have to do is, I'll put a hanger on it in a minute. We put it into the box there. It's a bit big for the box.
It is, yeah.
It is a bit big. It's a whopper of a wreath, okay? I don't think we can close it over because it's actually too big for the box. But there it is. Somebody that's going to the Marie Keating breast cancer lunch charity
cancer lunch, yeah.
You will maybe be in with a chance of winning your own door wreath. So best of luck everyone, thanks a million for joining in. Remember to click share, remember to interact, and see you back here tomorrow. I'm going to say same time, same place, same time.
We may not be live back here, but we will be back here with another wreath.
Yeah, see you all, bye bye.